So I don't know if you noticed all the little pop-ups that were happening today in Google Classroom, but there's some exciting stuff that has happened. So let me show you. If I go into my personal finance class, not a whole lot has changed here, but there are a couple of new buttons up here on the right. The first place you should go is into the class settings, into the cog. And you're going to notice down here when you scroll down, General SIS Integration. That's our Student Information System, or PowerSchool. And what's going to happen is instead of grading assignments in Google Classroom, putting in all the grades, then going over to PowerSchool and putting in all the grades in again, we can now automatically have it go over there when we export. It's a new button. There's an export button, and we can just export our grades from Google Classroom into PowerSchool. Now, there are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. So actually, let me go back here. One of the assignments that I don't have a grade in Google Classroom yet is the Finding a Bank worksheet. So if I come into Personal Finance, you can see I've got Finding a Bank worksheet. So what's going to happen is when I do the export from Google Classroom, it's going to make a whole nother assignment for me. Even because I've already got this, it doesn't even read that. It's going to make another assignment for me. And so I'll show you how that works. And then I'm going to do it again with one that I do not have in here that I'm going to grade also. So again, if I want to do this integration, this automatic exporting of grades from Google Classroom to PowerSchool, click on the cog and then come down here and you want to do the SIS integration. So I'm just going to click on link. And what I have to do is I have to choose which class. So again, this is my personal finance class. So I know this is my period 1 class. Now, if I had 2 personal finance classes, one in the fall and one in the spring, I'm going to have to figure out what these numbers are. But for me, I know it's just personal finance, so I'm going to click on that and I'm going to link it. It only takes a second. Then there's some other things that we need to do and that are possible to share with the students. So I've got my stream, fine, my guardians, that's all good. You can put in grading periods if you want, you don't have to. Again, you can put in grading scale if you want to, you don't have to. You can decide what you want the default to be, or you don't have to. What you do have to do, though, is you need to come down to categories. Now, you can either manually put in the categories or you can import from the SIS. Now, when I go into PowerSchool and I look at my traditional settings, my categories, because I do a categories, I've got 3. So classwork, test, and class participation. Let me just go back here. So let me do it the long way. So I can import from the SIS. Again, I could just type them in one by one, which might have been a little bit quicker, but I just wanted to show you what this does. What this does is it brings in every category that I've ever used for any class. So badges was from my tech integration, my help desk students. I don't need that. Class participation, I need. Classwork, I need. I don't need discussion boards. LEQs is for my cybersecurity class. This is cybersecurity, I don't need a lot of these. So I'm going to, let me take out real quick. I don't need this. So I'm just going to delete a lot of these. No quiz. Okay, so I've got it down to my 3, class participation, classwork, and a test. And again, class participation is only 10 points. Classwork is 60. And the test is 30. Okay, so classwork is 60, test is 30, class participation is 10. Okay, so they match up, they are good. So I'm just going to save this. I'm going to come back into here. And again, this is the Finding a Bank worksheet. And I've got 2 grades in here because the students turned it in the wrong spot. So I didn't want to forget where I found those grades. So I'm going to come over here and my grade calculations, again, are going to be weighted by category. And then the other thing that's new is this button where you can show the grade calculation, the overall grade calculation to the students in PowerSchool. I'm going to turn that on. We'll see what that does. All right, now you'll see when I did that, it changed these. So I need to go back in and do my weighting again, because you can see right down here, I've still got 100% of my weights to do. So it's 10, 6, and 30. All right, so just in case that happens to you, that's all you have to do. So I'm going to save this. And the other thing that I have to do, because I had this assignment already in here, when I go in to look at what the assignment is, it's going to look a little bit different. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to edit it. And you'll notice down here, this is different. So this, for finding a bank worksheet, this is classwork. It's worth 10 points. Yep, it's worth 10 points. So it's worth 10 points. I can do this or I don't have to do it. It doesn't really matter, but I want to save this. Okay, now I'm going to go in and grade this. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll come back once I have it fully graded. Okay, so I've finished grading this. I've got all the grades in here. I'm going to return all the grades. So far, everything looks pretty much the same as it did. The interesting part, though, is going to happen in a second. As soon as all these grades are finished, I can now close this. It's going to update. I need to export. I never exported it. So I can just click on this and come here. I've got all my grades, and you can see there's now an export to SIS button. So I'm going to click on that. It tells me that it's exporting the grades down here at the bottom left corner. You can leave the page while they finish exporting, or you can stay here just to make sure that everything's good. If it's not good, it'll come up with an error message down here and it'll be in red. If it's good, it'll come up in like a blue box. So just another couple of seconds. Okay, so here it says it's blue and it says it was completed. So it's all good. So I'm going to come back to PowerSchool and I need to refresh again. So I'm just going to do the Command R. You can see this is the assignment that I had in here originally, the Finding a Bank worksheet. And this is the new Finding a Bank worksheet, Google Online Roster plugin. So those are my grades. So now, because I had these two grades over here, I can plug them in over here. And I'm going to have to delete this assignment now because it was already there. And so I don't need this one. Yep, remove and delete the scores. That's fine. So now I've got my Finding a Bank worksheet right in here. And that's how easy it is. I don't have to spend time just putting in each one of these assignments. And I'm just going to do one more real quick, one that I don't have already listed in here. We just did the bank reconciliation worksheet today. So I'm going to go and I'm going to grade that real quick. But again, because I already had this as an assignment in Google Classroom, I need to remember to do the grade category. This is classwork, and the reconciliation is only worth 5 points because we did it together in class, but they still get points for having done that reconciliation. So I'm going to save that. Yep, upgrade it. And now I'm going to grade the reconciliation real quick. Let me change this. Change points. So it's going to be 5 points. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so again, I've finished grading all the bank reconciliations. I'm going to return all of the grades to the students. I had a couple who didn't turn it in. I had somebody who turned in the wrong worksheet, and I had a couple students absent. Okay, so now if I close this, I'm going to come into the graded. It's interesting that that didn't show up. Because I was in the wrong. If you go in this way to grade the assignments, I'm finding you have to reopen tabs. But if you go in to review grades and go into the class, and I just did bank reconciliation, if I clicked on this, I would still be on this page, which is what I've just reopened over here. So I'm in the same place now. So I'm just going to reclose that. So just know that you may have to reopen a second tab if you're not going in through the review work tab over here. But now you can see I've got the export to CIS. Now again, this is the bank reconciliation 6.7. 6.7 is not in here. The last one was that January packet that we did. So I'm going to export this to the CIS to PowerSchool. And it's done, and it was good because everything is blue and all is good. So now if I come back to PowerSchool and I refresh, again, Command R, or I could have clicked on the refresh button up here. Now that bank reconciliation is in here. All right, and then I can save it. So that's one of the things that was kind of cool today. Oh, I forgot. When I come back here and I go back into the classroom tab, whether you're on the stream or whether you're on classwork, there is another new button right here, Analytics. So if I click on this, I can see that I've got a 75% assignment completion rate. I've got the average grade for the classes here. At the very top, 2 students missed the last 3 assignments. 2 students' grades have dropped by over 25%, probably because I put in those zeros. And 8 students haven't turned in the 6.10 online banking simulation that they were working on Friday. And then I can see by student what their assignment completion rate is, how many missing assignments they have, and what their average grade is so far, which is kind of cool. That's all new. And that's your tech tip for today.